There wasn't a moment of clarity, no big realization, no dramatic turning point. But I remember sitting alone one evening, staring at everything I thought I wanted and feeling nothing at all. The job title, the goals checked off, the praise that once felt like oxygen. I had reached what I thought was the dream, but the silence inside me was louder than the clouds. Somewhere along the way, I'd started chasing something shiny, something that looked right from the outside. But it didn't come from me, not fully. It came from the expectations I observed, from the voices that said, "This is success," from a younger version of me who didn't yet know who they were. And I allowed it, because that's what we were taught to do. Set a goal, chase it, don't question the path. But what if the dream was never really mine? What if it was a costume I outgrew? There's grief in realizing that. Grief in letting go of a story you worked so hard to live. But there's freedom too. Because once I stopped chasing what looked good, I began listening for what felt true. It was quieter, slower, less impressive to others, but it was mine. So if you are feeling disconnected from the life you built, ask gently, not with shame. Whose dream is this? And if the answer isn't yours, you are allowed to begin again. There wasn't a moment of clarity, no big realization, no dramatic turning point. But I remember sitting alone one evening, staring at everything I thought I wanted and feeling nothing at all. The job title, the goals checked off, the praise that once felt like oxygen. I had reached what I thought was the dream, but the silence inside me was louder than the clouds. Somewhere along the way, I'd started chasing something shiny, something that looked right from the outside. But it didn't come from me, not fully. It came from the expectations I observed, from the voices that said, "This is success," from a younger version of me who didn't yet know who they were. And I allowed it, because that's what we were taught to do. Set a goal, chase it, don't question the path. But what if the dream was never really mine? What if it was a costume I outgrew? There's grief in realizing that. Grief in letting go of a story you worked so hard to live. But there's freedom too. Because once I stopped chasing what looked good, I began listening for what felt true. It was quieter, slower, less impressive to others, but it was mine. So if you are feeling disconnected from the life you built, ask gently, not with shame. Whose dream is this? And if the answer isn't yours, you are allowed to begin again.